Hi, I'm Rick Dior, and that was solo number 16 from Anthony Cirone's Portraits in Rhythm. So I'm smiling because I haven't played this thing in a really long time. I play Bolero quite often. Every Christmas we play it, well, a different version of it, but kind of a little drummer boy version. And then I've played it several times, many times over these years. I've even done a few videos with this context. So it's a very famous snare drum solo. Sometimes you go in front of the orchestra next to the conductor and play it. But any way you do it, it's very nerve-wracking and very soft, and it's got to be really precise rhythm. So I'm laughing because looking at this, reading it, with all these repeats and different meters, it's basically the same rhythm, but it's phrased differently because of the different time signatures. So you see these dots. I'm doing those as a little bit almost like accents here to bring out the different meters. I think I played it correctly. We'll see. But the whole thing is one really long crescendo, poco a poco, all the way from the beginning to the end. So even though you have these repeat dynamics, you can ignore those and just keep getting louder from the beginning, which is 4 Ps, all the way to the end, which is 3 Fs, and then the very last note's even louder. So that's the whole thing. It just continues to crescendo. That's the way I'm interpreting it from the beginning to the end. Just like the piece, which is very long. I think it's about 15 minutes. So you've got to really, really concentrate when you're playing this. So there's lots of ways to play this thing. I've talked about this in a few other videos. Sometimes I play it match grip like this. My teacher, Fred Hinger, used to show me these tricks of choking up like this. And as you're playing, you're going back further on the stick. If you're the nervous type or you're not feeling great on a particular night, which happens for whatever reason, it works. I've used it actually a few times. You can even put your finger here and play like this. I've also heard about people using coins to play it, but how would you do that? You have to switch the sticks. So the choking up version is possible to do that, and I've done it just for kicks to see if it worked, and it does work. But normally I just play it the normal way. All right, and then after you come in, you have a solo, and then you'll hear the cellos and bass doom, 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 and they're farther away from you, sometimes very far. So you've got to just be a metronome. I play a little on top of the beat if I'm in the back of the orchestra. If I'm doing it next to the conductor, it's much easier. But if I'm back of the orchestra, I push a little ahead. So in other words, with the metronome, it sounds like this. So I'm just a little ahead of that metronome, okay? And the conductor will be normally in 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, like that. And he'll follow you, or she'll follow you. If they're smart, they'll do that. So not much to talk about here except for the phrasing and the different meters. The trickiest one, or the most confusing one, would be that 5/16 thing. I don't think about that. I'm not counting 5/16. I'm just looking at the dots. So we'll start a measure before line 6 where that repeat is. 1, 2, 3. All right, and I switched to match grip so you can see that. Yeah, it's not hard. You just have to concentrate. Highlight the repeats. That helps a lot. And yeah, after you can do this, Bolero is actually a little bit easier to play. So I hope you enjoyed this. We'll be back next time with solo number 17.